All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh. This is Mazan Ban Yashiala, coming out of the GMS Lions Den camp. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutation to the Akim out there around the four corners of the earth, preaching this truth and sincerity, and a few Akwafim that follow after their husbands and also believing in the name of Yahweh, Yahweh, and the children that do also, man. Today I wanted to do a quick lesson on basically, man, this is it, man. Babylon is falling. You know what I'm saying? America, spiritually known as Sodom and Gomorrah. For the homosexuality, they got the LBGTP community. You know what I'm saying? And it's on a mass scale here. You know what I'm saying? It's not no other place on the face of the earth that homosexuality is huge on. And they're gonna start teaching it to kids in 4th grade, man. In elementary school, your kids got to find out about this stuff, man. This place got to go because it's terribly wicked, and the wickedness have reached up to the heavens, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's known as spiritually as Egypt too, also, for the bondage of the so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. They was in slavery over here, and their bloodshed and their blood was shed over here on the soils of America, man. Shalaki, got tongue twisted. And that's why it's spiritually known as Sodom and Egypt, man. And this is that place, that great whore. The baby of Babylon, man. This is the place of confusion, man. These, you know what I'm saying? Our people can't trace back their history far as back to the 60s according to this place. Because they try to say, you know what I'm saying, black history. We weren't being called black into the 60s, man. And we weren't being called African American to the 90s. And our history go back further than that, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why you should ask yourself. You know what I'm saying? I'm being lied to. It's got to be more to it than that. You know what I'm saying? Our people were Hebrews, Hebrew Israelites. You know what I'm saying? They spoke Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? You know the term that our older people say, oh, they was working me like a Hebrew slave? Because the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American are the biblical Israelites, man. Thus said the Lord. So with that, man, these people think they in good case in this place and they're comfortable. That's why when they hear us out them on the highways and byways, you know what I'm saying, prophesying the downfall of this wicked kingdom, they get upset and they get mad and they storm off because they love their father, the devil, which is the so-called white man. According to prophecy, man, he was the one that went all around the world spreading his philosophies and lies, man. You know the term, oh, that's nothing but a little white lie. You know what I'm saying? That's all he have been doing, man. He been a liar from the beginning, and he's the father of it. All the things that comes out his mouth is lies. Christmas, lie. 4th of July, lie. You know what I'm saying? They are you know what I'm saying? They are the Jews, lies. Everything that come forth out of their mouth, man, are lies, man. And you can do your own research. Because, you know, a fool will believe every word, but a wise man will search things out. And you will come to find out that these things that we telling you out there on the four corners, around the four corners of the earth, is not lies, man. And all this is according to the scriptures. Okay, I'm getting a little long-winded. Let me go ahead and get my first scripture. This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse 21. Behold, victuals shall be so good, cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. And that's what's going on right now, man. You know what I'm saying? We just recently brought this out in camp last Saturday. You see that going around, man, around the four corners of the earth. You know, you got these meat stores, just like we got one here in Jacksonville called Star Meat. You can go there, you can get buy one, get one. You know what I'm saying? Buy two, get three. All these type things, man. You go to the fast food joints, man. They got a 4 for 4, a 5 for 5, 1 for 2. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff, everything seems like it's cheap and it's going. Look at the gas, man. What it is, it's $2.29 right now, $2.40. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff, all their merchandise. You know what I'm saying? That's the victuals. You know what I'm saying? That's their merchandise and their products, man. All that stuff seems cheap right now. Like you can go pull a car off the lot right now easily. You know what I'm saying? With an easy $100 down and leave off the lot. All these things, man. Everything seems like it's cheap, so they think they in good place right now. But all that is just showing you that this place is in debt. That's why they putting everything cheap, because they know that their time is short. And that's why they're going to come down with this great wrath, man. You see the protesters. You see the race wars brewing up. You see these you know what I'm saying, mass fires like that just happened in California. They said, man, that the whole California, that the part that burnt up was the same size as Orlando, man, and that's a huge land mass. You know, that's a huge land mass, man, and that's what America's gonna be like. You know what I'm saying? The Great Whore of Babylon is gonna burn just like California did, man. And he said, you know what I'm saying? Evil shall grow, and you see it growing, man, just like I was talking about this pedophilia thing and this homosexuality. You know what I'm saying? They're going to teach it in school like it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let me get a scripture for that. You know what I'm saying? That's backwards, man. This place is basically asking for destruction. Because Sodom and Gomorrah is supposed to be an example for everybody, you know what I'm saying, all the people that wanted to live ungodly. That was supposed to be an example to let you know not to do those things. But you know, that's how you know America is Babylon, man. This is the place of confusion. Because if you like the same sex, man, you was confused and full of demons, man. There's no way around it. Because even nature itself teaches, man, that's going off. All right, this is the book of Jude, chapter 1, verse 7. Even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them, in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh, are set forth for an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire. So it was set forth as an example, man. So all the other nations should know not to live like that place, because it was turned to ashes, man. And that's going to be the same thing for this place, because it's following in the footsteps of Sodom and Gomorrah. It's following in the footsteps of ancient Babylon, of ancient Rome. You know what I'm saying? Ancient Greek, all these places, man, all that was filled with wickedness, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know, Greek and the Romans was basically pagans, man. And that's where all these holidays and shit come from. It's nothing but a bunch of paganism. All right, this is back at 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse 22. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So you know what I'm saying? You know it's two types of famine coming, man. It's the famine of the word, where you're not going to be able to eat the soul food, man, for you can be spiritual healed. And it's also a famine of this GMO food, man, for you can feed your flesh. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be out here hungry. It's going to be Walking Dead in real life, you know what I'm saying? Resident Evil. People going to be out here eating each other because they can't get that meal. You know what I'm saying? That famine is coming to this land, man. Thus saith the Lord. And it's also prophesied in the book of Matthew, chapter 24. You know what I'm saying? He said, you escape the hunger, you shall die by the sword, man. You know what I'm saying? When the martial law troops be marching down the street. You know what I'm saying? When your neighbor, your so-called neighbor, can't get nothing to eat and you got it, so he's coming to hunt you down. Or neither one of y'all got the food and he want to survive, so he's going to eat you. Either or, man. That's the type of times that this place is coming to, man. Because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua says this time that's coming is going to be like no other time, man. This is going to be the worst. Verse 23. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them. For the earth shall be wasted, and the cities shall be cast down. Just like Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua says, man. He's not gonna leave one stone unturned, man. All this stuff is gonna be cast down. It's gonna be burnt up. It's gonna be desolate, man. You know what I'm saying? In that time before it be burnt up in all these riots and race wars and people trying to eat, you know what I'm saying, battling each other, it's not going to be anything for them. Because he said that the elect going to eat. You know what I'm saying? And those are the ones that's going to be filled in those times. It's going to be filled with joy of the Lord, man. And the faith of Yahweh Shai Mashiach, who the world immediately calls Jesus Christ, and his father, man, Yahweh, who the world immediately calls God, Jehovah, and Allah. And he's going to make sure we eat, man. Even though, yes, he got to tempt us, you know what I'm saying? Because gold is tried in the fire. And he said he's going to make a man as precious as fine gold. So he got to test us, man. So you got to gird up your loins and your mind, man. And also let your nuts hang as a man in this truth. And making decisions. Okay, let me get this Amos. This is Amos chapter 5, verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. Con, you know how you got our 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans out there. You know what I'm saying? And the ones that know that there are Israelites. You know what I'm saying? These fake, you know what I'm saying, camps out there. The ones that's teaching for filthy lucre's sake, that's making merchandise of the word and twisting scriptures to make it seem like they are justified for doing so. You know what I'm saying? And teaching false doctrine, saying that the RFID microchip is not the mark of the beast. You know what I'm saying? And they saying that the so-called white man is not Esau. He's Arab. And all this other foolishness and madness that these fake Israelites is out here teaching, man. Basically, they just agents, man. And they set up by their father the devil, the so-called white man, if they know it or not. And this go for you so-called Christians too. You wacky-tacky Christians, man. You ones that's drunk on that Jesus juice, man. What is the day of the Lord for you? For the ones that say they can't wait till the Lord come back. The scriptures just say it's darkness and not light, man. And if you don't really know the Lord, and you're not seeking him while he may be fine, and asking for repentance, and not eating crabs, lobsters, oysters, and shrimp, and mussels, you know what I'm saying, and catfish, and you eating pork, and the things that he said that's abominable to him, what you waiting on the Lord for, man? If you in that state when he gets here and you're not repenting from all these abominable things that you have done, and calling on hell Zeus, this stuck on this Jesus juice, he's going to destroy you, man, because that's not his name. He lived over 2,000 years ago. You know what I'm saying? This name is nothing but like, what, 450 years old? Come on, man. That's like somebody, like I always say, that's like somebody changing your name on your gravestone. You going to like that, man? No. You want people to remember you as your image. Because your name do have something to do with your image, man. That's part of your image. And to change one image, you have to change their name. And that's what happened to us when they gave us these by names in Proverbs. Like I just said, in the 60s, they just start calling us blacks. And in you know what I'm saying, the late 80s to the 90s, we just started calling African Americans, man. 2 Europeans. Roman, you know what I'm saying, generals. Scipio Africanus, and Americo Vespucci. Okay, this is verse 19. As if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and the serpent bit him. And that's what it's gonna be like, man. Just like the elder mentioned, man. The elder of our camp, a Heroin, out on the highways and byways, man. Them animals gonna come out of these forests, man, and out of their hiding places, and they gonna eat too. You know what I'm saying? They gonna get busy. Verse 20. Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light? Even very dark, and no brightness in it. And that's what it's gonna be, man. It's gonna be darkness, man. Cause he said, you know what I'm saying, when he comes down here and he shows up with the holy angels, man, in the chariots with the so-called white man called UFOs, he's gonna separate the sheep from the goat. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna beam up his elect, the first that's dead in Hamashiach first. Then he's gonna beam up the 144,000. And you know what I'm saying, in his 1/3, women and children, and also the confusion of faces that's in that, man. He's gonna beam them up. And they, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna be changed instantly, just like 1 Corinthians chapter 15 says, man. He's gonna give us the spiritual bodies, and those fish is gonna turn into hunters. And he's gonna judge the rest of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, 2/3, right along with the rest of these heathen nations that's outside of y'all. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna judge them, and y'all gonna get the same judgment as them. If you don't turn back and repent, man, why that you got the chance, man? Why is at hand? Why the kingdom of heaven is at hand, and it's not too late. And that why that door of repentance still got that crack, and that little bit of light is still seeking through it. Okay, let me get another precept, and I'm gonna probably end it with this one. All right, this is St. Matthew's, chapter 24. I'm gonna start at this is St. Matthew chapter 24, verse 42. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord do come. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known and what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. So that's what we have to do, man. We have to be vigilant. You know what I'm saying, in this truth. We have to measure the times diligently in theirself, just like the scriptures tell us, man. You know what I'm saying? We got to wake up out of that slumber, man. It's time to go hard, not to be lightening up, man. We got to go, man, because our salvation is nearer than when we first believed. So we can't be out. There's no time for games, man. There's no time for doubt. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a sin. And there's no time to be fearful, man. It's no time to be all, you know, scrunched up in the corner, man, acting like you don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? We got to go hard. We got to make our call and election sure, man. We got to give all those diligence, man. You know what I'm saying? We got to endure to the end of this thing. Stay grounded in the faith. Preach in season and out of season without wavering, man. Not being tossed here to fro with every wind of doctrine like children. You know what I'm saying? It's time to grow up. Like I was saying, let our nuts hang, man. And do all the things that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah commanded us to do to the best of our abilities, man. Verse 44, therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh. And that's when he's going to come, man, when you think not. Because no man know the day or hour that when Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah comes, man. So with that, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Salutation to the Akim out there around the four corners of the earth, preaching this truth in sincerity. And the few Akwafim that follow after their husbands and also believing in the name of Yahweh Yahweh Shah, and the children also, man. Shalom to the sincere. Death to America.